Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet again another Watch with Nordic live stream today between the Vancouver Canucks and the St. Louis Blues. It is the second of our Canadian Thanksgiving doubleheader. First off, as I said in our last one, happy Canadian Thanksgiving to all of those who celebrate, all of my Canadian friends here in the chat. It's pretty ironic. I actually didn't do this on purpose, but we do have two streams here involving two different Canadian teams. The first one was Toronto and Detroit, where Detroit spoiled that win 3-2. And then we got the Vancouver Canucks here today taking on the St. Louis Blues. This should be a pretty good one. Again, these two teams last year were battling it out for a playoff spot. Obviously, St. Louis was a team that was clearly better than Vancouver last year. But could this year be different is what we're asking ourselves. So, obviously, we're going to be looking at that here. And we'll see what this game determines. So I'll let everybody flow in here. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, we do commentary coverage here all the time on the channel. So if you are new, be sure to subscribe down below. It'll be greatly appreciated. And we'll get ready for puck drop here in just a little bit. But first off, let's take a look at some of these starting goaltenders here for both sides. You have Thatcher Demko, who I believe tonight is actually making his Watch with Nordic debut. Let me go actually look that up here real quick. So yes, Thatcher Demko is making his Watch with Nordic streaming debut. So there you go. For those who follow the streams intensely and, you watch a lot of them and don't just watch the ones that are your favorite team, you'll know that sometimes we get new goalies who come in. Thatcher Demko is making his Watch with Nordic debut tonight. Last year had a really bad year dealing with injuries, and this year looks like he's back to his fully healthy self, and is going to take the nod here for Vancouver tonight. On the other side, Jordan Binnington is starting for the St. Louis Blues. Binnington with a .879 through 8 games played. I feel like that's too harsh. He's had some very good games here as a goaltender for St. Louis and has played very well in some of these streams. I don't really take his save percentage that seriously, to be honest with you. But regardless, this should be a fun one here tonight. You see guys like Robert Thomas, Quinn Hughes, and a bunch of other players here who are very notable as well. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe down below if you're new and you enjoy the commentary tonight. And we'll get ready for puck drop here in just a little bit. I have Blue Jays and Mariners on next to me. It looks like unfortunate news for all the Blue Jays fans coming in here. It looks like you guys might be succumbing to a 2-0 series lead against the Seattle Mariners. Let's go Blues. Love to hear that. A little update here around the National Hockey League. Obviously, we have some more games going on tonight instead of the matinee. Let's start off taking a look at Flyers and Panthers as my other screen is loading. It's a very old computer, not the greatest quality in the world, so just give it a second here to load up the scores from yesterday or today here. We'll go over the Watch with Nordic team records in just a moment. Scores around the league. It's 1-0 Flyers against the Panthers. Tyson Forster scores the opening goal. And it's 0-0 in Blue Jackets Devils right now. And the other games have yet to start tonight. So there you go. We should be ready for puck drop here in about probably 5 to 10 minutes. The Watch with Nordic team records when we stream these two teams. St. Louis is up to 8 games streamed. We are 3-4. When we live stream the St. Louis Blues and Watch with Nordic streams. As for Vancouver, this is our, I believe, 4th time streaming them. We are 1-2 when we stream the Vancouver Canucks. So there you go. A good look there for sure. And exciting as we head down here to commentate the 90th Watch with Nordic stream ever. It's kind of unbelievable. 90 streams we've done. It's absolutely wild. And I can't wait to keep on doing more of these. We're probably going to reach the big old 100 mark. Early November is what I think we're probably going to end up happening. Because you look at the overall schedule for the streaming. And you look at how many, we've done. We're already getting up there. And we've done 8 already through October. And we're going to do at least probably 2 or 3 more before we end the week. So it's coming up close. It's coming up pretty damn close. So we'll get ready for the game start here in just a moment. Again, these are two teams that typically, historically, we haven't done the greatest with in terms of views. So I definitely want to make sure I want to improve that this year and do better with some of the other teams there for sure. But regardless, I know we're going to be able to do well, and we're going to have some great streams here with some great commentary. I'm very excited for what this one's to bring and the next one, obviously. So as we go through the commercial breaks here, let's get ready to get started. All right, so we're live from Vancouver. And I have the, I almost said Barstool Sports. I have the FanDuel Sports Network pulled up here. We're at Rogers Arena in Vancouver. What a beautiful city there. And you can see that big arena poking out in the middle of all those big skyscrapers. Starting goaltenders tonight. Kevin Lankinen is actually starting. I thought Thatcher Demko was in net. I guess Daily Faceoff lied to me. Jordan Binnington's in net for St. Louis, and Kevin Lankinen is in net for the Vancouver Canucks. Lankinen's all-time stats in Watch with Nordic streams. He has a very lucrative 3 games played is 1-2 with a 2.66 goals against average, but he has a .906 save percentage with a shutout in there, and that shutout came last November against the Boston Bruins. So Lankinen holds a piece of Watch of Nordic streaming history there. We got about 6 minutes until puck drop here, so still a little bit more time. But regardless, you look at these two teams. Again, they're teams that were battling for a wild card spot last year. You think that they're probably going to be in that position again, unless if you think that Vancouver or St. Louis are going to jump into a divisional spot. I feel like those two teams are going to be around where they were battling last year. I do think, though, Vancouver will improve. And I think that we kind of have seen that here through the first couple of games. But again, it's only been the first couple of games. So I'm not really wanting to jump to conclusions here just yet with some of these players and some of these teams, because it's a full 82-game season. You don't really get where teams are at until like around game 9 or 10. Then you can really see where some teams are and how they've been and see where they're going to probably finish in the trajectory. But it's a little bit too early to judge anything more than that as of right now, to be honest with you. But regardless, it should be a very good game. I think these are two teams that I really enjoyed commentating last year. We didn't do a ton of Vancouver streams. Again, we only did 3. St. Louis, we did a ton when they were on their 10-game winning streak, when they were in the playoffs against Winnipeg. So I was very entertained by them last year. Let's hope that we're able to do that again this year. And still got about 6 minutes here until puck drop, so we'll take a second. Oh my God, 9-3, bases loaded in Seattle, Toronto. Got to feel for them. Of course, LeBlanc's making jokes about the Phillies. By the way, new Northern Block podcast dropped today. It's not the greatest episode in the world, and you want to know why? Because we recorded that on Saturday night, and literally the morning afterwards, Lane Hudson signs an extension. I cannot believe it, to be honest with you. All right, looks like we might do the national anthems here. And we are. Where's my remote? Where's my remote? Here it is. I didn't realize we're going to do it today. Here we go. Can you see what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? All right, there is the American anthem. Now we will do the Canadian anthem. I can't show the game, but I'm commentating it for you. So I cannot show the game due to copyright. All right, there you go. That is the Canadian and American national anthems. I was not expecting to do that today. So good on the Blues for showing that on their broadcast. All right, it is time for Canucks and Blues live commentary. Again, starting goaltender previews here for both sides. You start off with Kevin Lankinen, who was in net for the Vancouver Canucks, and Jordan Binnington, who was in net for the St. Louis Blues. I cannot show the game, Unrod. I cannot show the game. I can't. Showing off Jim Montgomery, head coach of the St. Louis Blues, was hired midway through last season. Had a 16-10-4 record on the road last year as St. Louis' head coach. Was tied for the 5th best in the NHL over that time. And on the other side, Adam Foote, who is making his season debut as the Vancouver Canucks head coach, was a Canucks assistant coach for the last 3 years and is one of 9 head coaching changes in the NHL last offseason. Okay, let's get ready here for Canucks versus Blues, and we are underway. Face-off is won back then by the Canucks. They'll play it on the right side. Banked off then over down low, and it goes into the corner for Fowler, who will try and clear it. Picked up quickly then by Garland. Dumped down low then by Vancouver. On the right side then, trying to play it through, is Kyrou. He'll give it up then for Schenn. Braden Schenn skates it around, shoots it above the net, and goes just wide. Now Kane battling forward here on the right side, picked up by Garland. Garland moves in, fires it, and that one goes up in the air and back behind the St. Louis net. Behind the net now, Garland, former Arizona Coyote. You guys know I love to show my Coyote love. Up to Quinn Hughes at the point now for Myers, who will send that one back down low. Battling here now down low in the corner. They'll fight for that puck. It's thrown up to the point. Garland, a shot glove save by Jordan Binnington with 19:02 left to go here in the first period. So again, you see some new faces here out for both sides. You have Evander Kane for Vancouver. That's still, for me, as somebody who hasn't watched a Canucks game yet this year, that still feels so weird seeing him on the ice. You also have P.S. Suter on the other side for St. Louis, as some of the notable guys who have been here as well. Also, Braden Coots is up with the team as well. A shot there from Myers goes off the post and cleared back down behind the net. Now battling forward here is Pettersson in the corner alongside Parayko, and cleared back into the corner. The forward Elias Pettersson, that is. This is going to be a hard one. Blues trying to clear it down the other way. Canucks will attempt to keep it in. It's over then for Pettersson. Pettersson waits, looks for options. Will skate around here, tries to throw it up to his defenseman Pettersson, and that one is banked out and down below. Around then to the right side, Myers gets it back. Myers plays it over then for Drew O'Connor. You have to bear with me for some of these names. We haven't streamed Vancouver in a very long time, so some of these guys I don't really know by heart. Marcus Pettersson now dumps that one down low into the St. Louis zone. Cleared around then to the right side. Broberg battling forward alongside Jonathan Lecker-Mackey. In the corner, they'll attempt to pick it up. Out there on the ice right now is Braden Coots, who is playing in his rookie season, was drafted this past year. Here's a 3-on-2 for St. Louis. A pass up in front of Neighbors, and he can't complete it. And it'll go back down low into the St. Louis end. Cleared around then to the right side. Battling for it is Coots alongside, I believe that is Toropchenko. Or sorry, Bukestad, my bad. Looked at the wrong 77. Battling here in the corner now, Nathan Walker, Australian-born, clears it around now to the corner. Shots are 1-0 in favor of Vancouver as the Blues look to pressure here. Back now behind the net. Alex Texier picks it up, throws it in front. Bukestad save in front there by Lankin, and the rebound is kicked over to the right side, and now it goes back then behind the net. Throwing that up to the point. Falk waits, fires it, and that one is blocked quickly. And now here come the Canucks the other way. Moving it through the zone is O'Connor. He doesn't have enough energy, so he'll just bank it off the boards and into the St. Louis zone and get off the ice. 16:50 left to go in the first period. It's still 1-0. It's still 0-0. Ratty a shot. That one goes up in the air and out of play. Almost said 1-0. It is not 1-0. And showing off Nick Bjugstad, fourth-line center last year for the Utah Mammoth, was signed by St. Louis in the offseason. I think he's going to be somebody who fits in very well there as somebody who was a Mammoth fan, former Coyotes fan, watched them through their campaign. I think that he's going to be somebody you're going to want to watch out for here for sure on St. Louis. Face-off coming here again now. It's won back then by St. Louis. Here's Logan Mailloux, who was acquired by the Blues from the Zach Bolduc trade. There were some complaints about that, but the Blues have a stacked forward core, so I think they'd be okay. Ratty dumps it down low into the Blues end. Binnington waits. We'll kick it around then for Broberg, who will throw it all the way down the other way. Lankinen comes out of his net to play it. Kicked around then by Quinn Hughes. On the right side, it's cleared out to center ice. Kyrou trying to get to that there. It's intercepted by Hedel. Hedel was a player in the Miller trade last offseason. Thrown out in front. There's nobody there for Vancouver, but they will still keep it in. And St. Louis just pushes that one out right after I say that. Battling forward here at the blue line. Kick down the other way then. Canucks seem to have some of the control here so far. It's been a little bit back and forth, but Vancouver, I like the way that they're pressuring offensively. You want that from this Canucks team that kind of lacked that last year. Here's Garland moving down the right side. Connor Garland will dump that one down low to the Blues end. Now Kane battling forward here in the corner. Cleared around then to Garland on the right side. Up to the point, a shot. And that one is blocked, and St. Louis kicks it back the other way. Taking it is Pia Suter, who's hit then by Garland. They'll battle forward here on the Blues side. Around the boards then, and picked up again by Joseph, who will give over to Falk. Back then for Parayko. Parayko to Falk. Puck is tipped as it goes down and in the other way. Now into the Canucks zone. Blues can't get control. It's taken back down on the right side by Elias Nils-Pettersson. And cleared back into the St. Louis end. Blues have control, though. Kicked around under the right side. Parayko gives it up then. Here's Jake Neighbors. Neighbors moving it down the other way with some room. Will skate it behind the net. Looks for options. Tries feeding it up then to the point. A shot. And that one is blocked there from a Cam Fowler opportunity. Now Shen skates it around then down low in the corner. We'll move it now behind the net. Shen will lose his edge. Throws it up to the point. Parayko a shot. That one is blocked. Down now on the right side. Buchnevich waits. Gets it back. Up to Parayko. Goes through his legs. He can't get a shot off. Fowler now throws it down low. St. Louis pressure here now down low in the Canucks end. Picked up by Thomas here in the corner. He battles alongside Pettersson. And the puck will slide in front, but nobody's there. Pettersson attempting to clear. What is happening right now? Battling down here now in the corner. Picked up again then by Thomas. Thomas will take it back behind the net. Tries throwing it up to the point. The Blues can't keep it in, and now Neighbors will get it back. Along the right side now, trying to pick it up here at the blue line is Walker, and stolen back then quickly by the Canucks. Marcus Pettersson will throw a tip over then for Braden Coots, and that one is quickly intercepted and now dumped down the other way. He'll race for that one in the zone. Broberg gets there first and backhands that one all the way up and out of the zone now, and St. Louis moves it the other way. Here's Walker. Walker with some room. Pass in front, and it goes wide off a Bjugstad shot. Puck is thrown back up to the point then. Intercepted quickly by Vancouver. Here's O'Connor. Will bank it down low into the zone. Down low now, Mailloux. Holds the puck then for St. Louis. Battling alongside, I believe that is A2 Ratty now in the corner. Still only one shot per team here so far through this first period. It's still 0-0. Puck is down low here in the Vancouver zone. Battling forward now is Kyrou. Kyrou up to the point. A shot. Save in front there by Lankinen. And the puck is banked out of the Vancouver end. Some good back and forth rushes here. Nothing really like too defining. But a lot of it's been pretty tame. I do like how Vancouver's pressuring here, though, to start this one out. Puck is cleared in down low by Archdeep Baines. Battling now down low, Sherwood. Trying to get to that puck. It's picked up then by Shen over and cleared down into the zone by, I believe that was Justin Falk. Now behind the net, Dylan Holloway hit off the puck down low. Back then for Falk. Tries throwing it in front to Holloway, and he can't complete the pass. Now Connor Garland intercepts that. Here's Evander Kane rushing down the right side. He's got Falk on him. He'll try and get around him, and he gets shaken off the puck. Falk gets it back. Gives the pass over then for Parayko, who will dump that one down low. Now, Quinn Hughes, former Norris Trophy winner, lost it last year to Cale Makar, but was one of the finalists. There was a pretty good chance he could come back and win it again this year. Clear back down low behind the St. Louis net. Now Parayko with it. Golden Parayko will move it through the neutral zone. Sends a pass up. It's deflected in the air. Now the Canucks get it right back. And here they come the other way. Off the boards. Rushing into the zone is Hedl. DeBrusk battling for it down low as well up to the point. Over back then for Marcus Pettersson. For DeBrusk. DeBrusk clears it down low to the corner. On the right side, then Pettersson trying to get it up and out and intercepted there by St. Louis. It's a 4-on-3 the other way. Here they come into the zone. Now Snuggerud puts it on net, and that one goes just wide. Now Joseph a shot save. Rebound in front. They score! What a play, and I believe that was Jimmy Snuggerud with the goal, and it's 1-0 St. Louis. It was Jimmy Snuggerud off of a shot from the point. It looked like that was Matthew Joseph. I think it might have been somebody else, though. I think that might have been my error. It happened so fast, I really couldn't tell. But it all starts off with a breakaway the other way by Cam Fowler, who breaks it into the zone, sends a pass to Snuggerud. It goes wide of the net, then up to the point, a shot in, and then Snuggerud gets the rebound there and tucks that one right past Kevin Lankinen for another goal in his campaign. This is one of my favorite players on this St. Louis team. He has been phenomenal for them, and I've really liked his play, even dating back to last year's playoffs. So Snuggerud here with the goal tonight for St. Louis. It's 1-0 here in the first period. Shots are 3-1 in favor of the Blues. A little bit over halfway through the first period. Puck is cleared back down low into the corner. On the right side, then, Quinn Hughes picks it up. Hughes will move it now in the defensive zone. He's got Buchnevich battling alongside him as well. Here they come the other way. Hughes moves in, shoots it, glove save by Jordan Binnington. And he says no to that one. But Jimmy Snuggerud with the goal there. It is now 1-0 St. Louis. But I really like the way the Blues are playing. And I liked how the Canucks came out right away and pressured. But Jimmy Snuggerud with a difference-making goal, and that's all that matters. The assist on that goal came from Pia Suter, and I guess so, Matthew Joseph. So I guess maybe it was him who had that puck at the point. There you go. Maybe I was right about that. But regardless, very good play there from Snuggerud, who, again, is a young player. That's his first goal of the year, is only... oh, my God, that was his first NHL goal. Wait, no, it wasn't. Never mind, I'm looking at it wrong. It was his second NHL goal. It was his second NHL goal. He's only scored one goal before in his regular season. Additionally, he also had 4 points in the playoffs last year. PD with a giveaway. Yeah, that was not pretty. Definitely, you need Elias Pettersson to come in here and perform really well for your team this year. And again, I understand that it's only 3 games into the season, but those are the kind of things that were talked about last year that definitely needed to improve. So let's hope that changes for the better this year. But regardless, it's going to be weird. Thank you all for tuning in. We are now in commercial break. Face-off coming up here soon inside of the St. Louis zone. Still 10-3 in Mariners Blue Jays. As that game's pretty much done. I think you know that Seattle's going to take that win. It'd take a miraculous comeback on the Toronto side for that to get done. Looking at the other scores around the league here, the other 2 games have kicked off. Philadelphia still leads Florida after the end of the first, and the Devils lead the Blue Jackets after the end of the 20 minutes as well. Timo Meier with the goal there in that one. But a really good opportunity there for Jimmy Snuggerud as he tucks that one in there on that fast-paced rebound there. Last season, he had 1 goal, 4 assists. Here's Hughes now on the right side. Garland clears it down low. What's up, Jack? How we doing, podcast boy Jack? How we doing? Cleared around now to the right side, thrown up to the point. Hughes moves in, goes down to the right side. Bear down. Did they win today, bruh? I haven't looked. It's been a busy day today. Up at the point now. A shot from Philip Hronek goes just wide. Hronek now trying to clear it in front. Intercepted. Picked up then down low then by the Blues. They'll bank it up and out of the zone. Vancouver still got it. Hughes. Let me make you a moderator real quick. What's up, Bon? How you doing? Hughes then clears it around down low to the right side. Vancouver still got it. Yeah, the Blackhawks play the Mammoth. That'll be fun. Nice. Have fun, bro. Kicked around then to center ice. Blues hold the puck. Intercepted then quickly by the Canucks now. And down low into the zone. Binnington will get that puck back for St. Louis, battling around the right side. Puck goes up in the air, and it stays under a Blue. And taken back quickly then by St. Louis. Thrown back up to the point. Myers, a shot! And that one is saved there by Binnington. Rebound in front is loose. It goes under a Canuck, and the Blues will pick that one up, and they will get it out of the zone. I'm doing good, Bond. Thank you for asking. 9 minutes left to go here in the third period. It's 1-0 St. Louis. Jimmy Snuggerud with the opening goal. Down low here now in the Vancouver zone. Myers. Back then for Jake DeBrusk. DeBrusk clears it down low then. Binnington with it. Will bank it around the right side. Intercepted in front. A shot saved there by Binnington. That could have been fatal as Brock Besser nearly scored his second goal of the his first goal of the season off of that play. Binnington was behind the net and nearly allowed a turnover in front. Yeah, they're winning, but how long will that last? Cleared around then down low. Picked up then by Dylan Holloway, who will move it into the Vancouver zone. Now battling forward here down low. Holloway gets it back. Will look for options. Banks it back down low. Snuggerud holds the puck. Pass over then for Falk. Justin Falk will send that one back up. It's intercepted. DeBrusk will pick it and get it out of the zone. Besser now will dump it as the Canucks are clearly tired, and they'll regroup. Less than 8 minutes to go here now. Shots are 4-3 in favor of Vancouver. They've applied some more pressure here on the Blues, but nothing intimate so far. Down low here now to the right side. It's picked up then quickly by Broberg. On the right side, thrown around then behind the net. Racing forward is Hronek. For some reason, I kept the Cam Fowler number on name on my Canucks lineup card. So it says Cam Fowler and Quinn Hughes on the same pairing. Cool. Here comes Sherwood, a shot. Saved there by Binnington. Rebound is kicked around the side of the net and banked up to the point. Another drive, and that one goes wide. Here's Hughes. Hughes waits. Back to the right side. Down low then. Up back to the point. Trying to move it around the right side then. Back over for Hughes. A shot, and that one is denied there by Binnington. Another chance. Saved by Binnington, if that even got on net. Here's Hughes. Feeds it over. The Canucks are pressuring. Hronek to the right side then. Down low. Trying to control that puck. Intercepted there by the Blues. Thomas trying to clear it. And he will do so successfully as it's banked off the boards of the red line. Trying to be positive. Jimmy Snuggerud is a great draft pick. Oh, for sure. Garland comes down the other way. Banked around then down the row. Rushing forward here is Holloway with Myers. He wins the battle. A shot by Snuggerud again. Save there by Lankinen. With 6:32 left to go here in the first period, it's still 1-0 St. Louis. Jimmy Snuggerud, my dark horse Calder pick, gets the opening goal. It's 1-0 Blues. Forgot to get a water, so I'm kind of... But thank you all so much for tuning in. It is much appreciated. Be sure to follow the Watch with Nordic Instagram. You can find commentary clips, streaming schedules, and more stuff there as well, along with my other Instagrams that I have as well. So be sure to check that out as we move along here in the season. Again, this is Watch with Nordic stream number 90 of the year. Unbelievable. Or of all time, not of the year. So face-off will come here in the Vancouver zone. Vancouver so far, or St. Louis so far, doing a good job at holding things at bay. But the Canucks did have a good minute there of offensive zone pressure on the Blues. So they do lead in shots, 6-4 here with 6 minutes to go. This has been a fast-moving, fast-paced period for sure. So Jimmy Snuggerud there with the opening goal. Some good chances here, though, by Vancouver. They are finding the pressure on Binnington. You got to build off of that if you're the Canucks for sure. You want to keep the pressure on. You don't want to let them, kind of take it easy here. You need to keep on pressuring. Face-off now is won back then by St. Louis and cleared out then to center ice. Pia Suter, by the way, playing against his former team. I just realized that. Has an assist here tonight. He's on the ice right now. Around down low. Suter tries throwing it in front. Snuggerud intercepts it. Here he takes it now down low. Snuggerud behind the net. Tries throwing it in front. Suter a shot. And that one is denied there. Jimmy Snuggerud feeds it up to the point. It's kept in, though, by St. Louis. Here he moves it now the other way. We'll backhand that one down low. Battling forward in the corner. Hedel fighting alongside Snuggerud. On the right side. Picked up. A shot. And that one goes up in the air and stays in play, though. Kicked around down to the right side. Blues will keep it in. That was a nifty play there by Logan Mailloux. And Vancouver will get it back. They will break the puck out now the other way. Cleared in down low. Behind the net now. Picked up by Fowler. 5.5 minutes to go here in the first period. It's still 1-0 Blues. Banked off the boards and cleared in. Now on the right side, Buchnevich trying to get to it there. Now Neighbors in the corner. We'll try and play that one over. It slides up to the point. A shot. And that one deflects down low to the corner as well. Picked up by Thomas. Robert Thomas in front. Falk a chance. They rebound in front. And that one is denied by Lankin. And puck is cleared out in front. I thought he beat him on the backhand. But he did not. Shot from the point then. Parayko shoots that one just wide now. Behind the net now. Thomas throws it up and intercepted there quickly. And the Canucks will clear. Less than 5 minutes to go in the opening period. Shots are 7-5 in favor of St. Louis. Down low in the corner, Buchnevich will bank it up to the point. St. Louis with the puck. Parayko passing it around now. Shen waits. Throws it around behind the net now to the corner. Holloway battling for it there. It's stolen back then by Elias Pettersson, who will attempt to clear, and Holloway picks it up and throws it up to the point. It's intercepted as it goes all the way back down the other way, as they cannot keep that one in. Cam Fowler, by the way, was traded to the Blues last year from the Anaheim Ducks. I'm not sure what he was traded for, but he was traded to the Blues from the Anaheim Ducks. Turned out to be a phenomenal defenseman for them. Won the TNT Winter Classic MVP. And got himself a contract extension here this offseason. He's been phenomenal. Banked off the boards. Hronek will clear it down the other way. It's picked up then by Parayko, who will bank it off the boards now on the right side. Kyrou will move it through. Looking for options. Moves in. Shoots it. And that one will go wide. Quinn Hughes now behind the net. Hughes trying to bank it down low. It's intercepted. Tucker battling for it. Chance in front. Saved by Lankin on a good opportunity there for, I think that was Buchnevich. And it's cleared all the way down the other way. Broberg picks it up for the Blues. Philip Broberg will clear it down low into the Vancouver end. Now they'll battle for it behind the net. Swiftly picked it up then by the Canucks. On the right side, focus shot. And a pad save there. It's stolen back then quickly by Baines, who will feed a pass over to Sherwood. A shot! And that one deflects off of Binnington and out of play. So there you go. A good offensive opportunity there. Both teams have looked good, to be honest with you. I think they've both shown strides of offensive play. And I think that's really a big positive that you want to take away from this. They're both playing good in their own zone. So can't complain. But it is still 1-0 St. Louis here at the end, or heading into the end of the first period. Thank you all very much for tuning in. It is much appreciated here. If you are new to the channel and you like what you see with the commentary, I would love it if you would subscribe down below. If you're new, that'd be much appreciated. Again, these two teams we've streamed plenty of times here on the channel. Definitely looking to improve upon the teams we haven't streamed that much. Vancouver last year, we streamed them 3 times, but all those streams weren't the greatest in the world, so I definitely want to build up my fan base with the other teams that weren't that great last year, so in that way we have, you know, whenever we stream a team here and there, fans will tune in. Still 10-3 in Mariners. Blue Jays at the bottom of the 8th. Blue Jays need an absolute mountain of a comeback. And Dodgers-Brewers just got started. That's cool. Still a commercial break. Okay, face-off coming here now. 3:08 left to go in the first period. The Blues with the 1-0 lead here through almost 20 minutes of play. Both have played very solid tonight, though. I don't think there's neither team has looked like bad per se. It's been good offensive opportunities for both sides. Face-off now cleared around, then down low. Falk throws it around to the right side, banked off the boards, and all the way down the other way. Picked up then by Quinn Hughes. Hughes. Now here in the Vancouver end. Will bank it all the way down the other way. It goes wide of Binnington, and that will be an icing against the Canucks. With less than 3 minutes to go here in the first period. Thank you all very much for tuning in, and it's greatly appreciated. I know I say that a lot, but it really is appreciated. Face-off one back then by Vancouver. It'll slide just wide of Binnington, and that will be yet again another icing against the Canucks with 2:42 left to go. Shots are 9-5 in favor of St. Louis, so they have played pretty good here so far. All right, face-off coming here again. Fowler in 4th-round pick for second. Oh, and Biaka Butka. I remember that, yeah. So, honestly, like, St. Louis got an absolute steal there in Fowler. He's been phenomenal for them. You just hope that that will continue. Again, another icing against the Canucks. Face-off coming here now inside of the Vancouver zone once again. And it's one back then by the Blues. At the point, Broberg sends it over then, intercepted by Kane. Will throw a pass up the other way. Garland will send Hronek. Hronek with some room, shoots it. And that one is blocked now down low to the corner. Up at the point then, Hughes over Garland. A shot, glove save by Binnington. What a stop. Garland was wide open on that right side. Fired a 1T end. Jordan Binnington said, nope, you ain't getting that one. Face-off coming here now inside of the St. Louis zone. It's one back then by the Canucks to the point Myers. Philip Myers, a shot! And that one goes wide behind the net. Now trying to clear it in front is DeBrusk, and that's quickly intercepted there. Here come the Blues the other way, trying to rush for it. It's intercepted there by the Canucks, and it goes down low. Myers banks it off the boards to the right side. Stolen up then as Pettersson tries to rush it through the neutral zone and take it back then by the Canucks. Here they come the other way. Elias Pettersson moves in. Pass in front. Deflected as it goes back then for St. Louis, who will attempt to break it out the other way. Canucks will dump it back into the Blues end. And Fowler will send a pass up. It's intercepted again and cleared back by the Canucks. Not really allowing the Blues to get in here. Here's Neighbors now on the right side. Backhands it down low. Behind the net then, Victor Mancini playing tonight. Here's A2 Ratty now. We'll move it down the other way. So it looks like the Daily Faceoff lied to me about the current line, so I might have some errors on my screen. I apologize. Now behind the net is Joseph. Matthew Joseph takes that puck behind the net, throws it up to the point of shot, and a big save there by Kevin Lankinen. Last minute of play now in the first period. Blues with the 1-0 lead. Walker looks for options. We'll move it around to the front. Shoots it. It goes up in the air and out of play. With 48.9 seconds to go, shots are 11-7. 7-11. Face-off coming here again inside of the Vancouver zone with just under 50 seconds left to go. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We'll be back for another stream on, I believe, Wednesday we might do one, but if not, definitely Thursday for sure. Thursdays will probably be our charity streams of the month. 2 more of those. Here's Falk now, banks it off the boards. It's kicked back down low into the corner. Fowler clears it around to the right side. Blues will keep it in. 30 seconds to go. Thomas battling for it to Holloway. It slides around then back to the right side. In the corner. Kyrou now with 25 seconds to go. Jordan Kyrou banks it around then. Thomas waits. Pass in front for Parayko. He can't complete it. And they'll be forced to come out of the zone to the point then. Fowler a shot. And that one goes wide as well. With 10 seconds left. Here comes Vancouver. One last rush the other way. Gives up to Kane. Evander Kane moves in. Backhand in front. Saved by Bennington. Rebound in front. Another stop. And that'll pretty much do it for the first period. Some good chances there by Vancouver at the end of that one. But the shots are 10-8 in favor of St. Louis. And the only goal that matters is Jimmy Snuggerud, who shot that one past Kevin Lankinen on his low blocker side. And the St. Louis Blues have a 1-0 lead through 20 minutes of play. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back for the start of the second period momentarily. School's good. School is doing pretty good. I wouldn't say it's like, you know, the easiest thing I've ever done in my life, but it's still going pretty well. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go grab some bottles of water. I forgot to grab those before I got started here, so I shall be right back. I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. What's up, Pando? How we doing? Pandasaurus. Okay, time to make the clip of the Snuggerud goal. Upload that to the YouTube channel. I've been using... Sorry about that, if you guys heard that. Hi, just joined. What's up, man? How are you? Am I a Canucks or a St. Louis fan? I am neither. I'm just a guy who likes to commentate hockey on his YouTube channel, likes to interact with fans of other teams. Technically, I'm a Flyers fan, but you know, we welcome all 32 teams here. Top of the ninth in Mariners, Blue Jays. Oh, what is the clip glitch? I gotta go back and re-record the clip. Spin, scoop, shoot. I love that. I didn't even notice that was a good pass in front from former Canuck Pia Suter. I didn't even realize that. I didn't realize the pass in front. You know, it happens so fast. You're just like, you kind of react quickly.
My little brother has been saying crazy stuff in Xbox Party chat.
All right.
I believe that season 3 of The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon has officially solidified itself as the second best Walking Dead spin-off season of all time. This season single-handedly proved to me that the Walking Dead creating team can still make good.
All right. That's the clip. Wings versus Lee was a good game. To bad was a good game. To bad, I was listening. I thought it was a good game. Toronto heavily outshot Detroit, which I thought was like, Toronto heavily outshot Detroit. Detroit only had 15 shots on goal. They scored on 3 of them. So for every 5 shots, they were scoring a goal. And Toronto, until the third period, they just could not beat Talbot to save their lives. They just could not beat Talbot at all. And it was kind of crazy, too. Like, you would think that they've been playing better, I guess. It's weird. All right. Devils, Kirill Marchenko tied the game. All right. That's all done. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We're about to get started with the second period soon. Who do I think will win? I'm gonna say St. Louis. St. Louis 5-3. I think Vancouver puts up a good fight, but St. Louis gets the dub. Bottom of the ninth in Blue Jays Mariners. Looks like the Mariners are going to take a 2-0 series lead over the Blue Jays, which means, unfortunately, by the next Northern Block podcast, it appears there may be a Blue Jays rant. There's a Phillies one that's uploading to the Nordcast network. It's going to upload tomorrow. As we wait here in commercial break. Okay, looks like we're getting ready for the start of the second period here. I believe. I think. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Looking around the league here, still 1-0 Flyers in Flyers-Panthers. Devils and Blues, it's 2-1 now. Dawson Mercer puts the Blue Jackets ahead. And then Wild and Kings just kicked off at 0-0 in that game. So, some stuff there to think about. But regardless, thank you all very much for tuning in today. It's been a good day for live streaming. We've had some good streams tonight, some good commentary calls, and looking forward to keep on improving. Okay, yeah, still in first intermission. We're not ready just yet to start the second period. ESPN2 will broadcast Michigan State and Boston University this Friday. Ooh. Ooh. Just want a good game? Yeah. Let's hope this is a good one. I think, again, like, it's been a solid one so far. Good offensive marks on both sides. I think you definitely want that for sure. Overall, I don't really have a ton of complaints. I think this has been a good solid hockey game so far. So, final score in Mariners Blue Jays. They defeat the Blue Jays by a score of 10-3. They now lead 2-0 in the series. It'll go back to Seattle. That'll kick off on Wednesday. Not like anybody cares about... Well, I'm sure some of you care about baseball in here, but not like anybody's that invested in it. I'm going to put on Flyers-Panthers now. Alright, just booting up the other stream on my left. And we should be getting ready to start the second period in just a second. But I appreciate everybody who has tuned in tonight. It is very much so appreciated. What's up, Chance? How you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Still in intermission. About to get started with the second period, though, in just a moment, most likely. Okay, I think we're ready to get started here with the second period between the Vancouver Canucks and the St. Louis Blues. First period recap, goals came from Jimmy Snuggerud, and that's it so far here through this game. Let's get ready for the start of the second period here now. All right, let me pull up the stream here once again. All right. So, again, I really liked how St. Louis pressured Vancouver. I liked how the Canucks came out, though, in the opening frame. I thought that was really good for the first couple of minutes, but St. Louis battled right back. It's been a good back-and-forth game. That's why the shots are so even, comparatively speaking to Red Wings and Maple Leafs. It was very, very split between the two, but in this one, they've both played pretty solid, so I got really no complaints whatsoever about how these guys have been. So get ready here for a face-off. Yep, see you, Bond. Have a great evening, bro. All right, face-off coming here now at center ice. The second period. I should probably change this. The second period between the Vancouver Canucks and the St. Louis Blues is officially underway. Face-off is won back then by Vancouver. Took a second. Face-off is won back then by Vancouver. Hughes now on the zone down the right side. Quinn Hughes looks for options. Will skate it back down the other way. Feeds a pass up then for Garland. Connor Garland moves it into the zone. Back down low to the corner. And slides that one all the way across the ice to Hronek. It's intercepted. Here comes St. Louis. Snuggerud. Joseph. A shot! It goes up in the air and out of play. It was Snuggerud and Joseph on that 2-on-1. As the Canucks defense lost a little bit of an edge there. And I think he might have clinked that one off the post. Interesting. Face-off coming here again in the Vancouver end. And it's won back then by St. Louis. Kept in at the point. Fowler to the right side. Parayko a shot. And a glove save there by Lankinen once again. Face-off one on the right side then by the Canucks. They will get it out of the Vancouver zone. Now Parayko will bank that one around the boards. It's kept in, though, by Vancouver. And intercepted quickly. Here's Schenn now the other way with some speed. Rushes down. Skates around. Tries throwing a backhand up. Over then for Parayko. Backhands it down low. On the right side then, Neighbors up to the point. Parayko a shot. And that one deflects just back to the corner. It'll go back down to center ice. Now Buchnevich misses a pass to dump it into the zone. Vancouver takes that one then. They'll backhand that one slowly but surely into the St. Louis end. Shots are now 13-8 in favor of the Blues here in the second. Here comes St. Louis now. Fowler with the puck. Will clink it off the boards. It'll go all the way down the other way then. Picked up quickly by Lankinen on the right side. Taken back then by the Canucks. Here they come the other way. Mancini drops the pass over to DeBrusk. Sherwood into the zone. Sorry, I thought it was DeBrusk. It was Sherwood. A lot of fours at the end of their numbers. At the point, cleared back now behind the net. Trying to get that puck then down low. Battling for it is Baines, and St. Louis will intercept. It's kept in on the right side. A shot and a save there by Binnington on Baines, who battles for it there down low. Holloway trying to bank that one out of the boards. It's kept in, though, by the Canucks. Down to the right side, picked up by Binnington. Easily gotten back then by Broberg, who sends it past the other way. Here's a breakaway for Kyrou. He doesn't have that much room. Waits. Pass in front. Schenn. He scores! Brayden Schenn. What a pass in front by Kyrou. All it takes there is patience. And it's 2-0 St. Louis here in the second period. What a pass from down in the defensive zone up to Kyrou. He gets tied up there by Vancouver. He realizes, no, I'm going to wait. I'm going to give myself a second here, and then I'm going to look for my options. That's IQ. He throws it in front then for Schenn, who's wide open in the slot. 3 Canucks players are down low, and Schenn shoots that one top corner on Kevin Lankinen. So really good play there by St. Louis. And Brayden Schenn gets the goal. It's 2-0 Blues. So St. Louis with a 2-0 lead here now in the middle frame. Puck is cleared back into the defensive zone. Stolen back then by the Canucks. Banked out then to center ice. Picking it up is Falk on the right side. Trying to clear that around down. Picked up then again by Vancouver. Here's Hughes. Will skate that one back around. Regains control in the zone. Tries throwing it up to the point. Stolen back then quickly as they battle for it down low. O'Connor battling on the right side. Picked up then quickly. Parayko. Over then for Texier. Back then for Coots. Up to the point then to Hronek. Poke checked away then by Hughes. It's a one-on-one. Texier through the zone. Trying to get it in there on Hronek. He wins the battle. Skating around on the backhand. He gets tied up. And it's stolen back then by Quinn Hughes easily. Tried doing a little bit too much there. Snuggerud keeps that one in. Joseph looks for options. Stick handling with that puck. Will survey the area. Skate it around then down low. Canucks are clogging up the inside. Up to the point then. Fowler fires it. Block shot there. And he'll get that one right back. Fowler waits. Looks for options. Shoots that one again on net. That one is denied there as well. Now taking it around then down low. Suter in front. Joseph! And he shoots that one wide. Shots are now 14-9 in favor of the Blues. They have pressured here so far through this middle frame. Now down low is Snuggerud. Back up then to Fowler. To Parayko on the right side. Parayko banks it back down low. Suter battles for it here now. Looking for options. Snuggerud gets it back. Pass in front. Save. Rebound in front of Lankinen. He makes the stop all 3 or 4 times. St. Louis still has it. Parayko, another shot save. And that one is denied as well. Up at the point then, Fowler will move it into the zone. Down the right side, pass in front, and that one goes wide off of a chance for, I think that was Suter. Now another shot, and that one's wide as well. Now down low behind the net, Neighbors feeds it up to the point. Tucker on the right side, cleared down low then by Buchnevich with 15 minutes to go in the middle frame. Thomas behind the net to Buchnevich. Pavel Buchnevich looks for options, tries throwing it in front. That one's intercepted and banked down low in the boards. Thomas feeds it up in front. Lecker-Mackey intercepts, and he will clear the other way. What a long shift there for Vancouver. They do get fresh bodies out there on the ice, but a lot of pressure there from the St. Louis Blues. Shots are now 16-9 as they continue their pressure. Dumped down low then by Garland. Around to the right side into the corner. Back then in the corner to the point to Myers. Myers shoots it, save, rebound in front. Is gloved by Bennington with less than 15 minutes to go in the second period. Some really good pressure there by St. Louis. Assist on that Shen goal were from Kyrou and Broberg. Sorry it took me till just now to get to it. But what a sequence there by the Blues. They were swarming the Canucks essentially, not giving them a lot of room. And you got to be happy with that. Braden Shen on my fantasy team, so happy about that. Face off here now inside of the St. Louis zone. Shen banked around down low. Kyrou with that puck will throw it all the way up in the air. It goes all the way down the other way. And now Pettersson picks that one back up for Ratty. Ratty clears that one out to center ice. It's intercepted. Here's Sherwood with some room. Dekes around Broberg, and he can't get the puck back. That would have been so nice. Here he gets it back, though. Pass in front is intercepted by the Blues. Sherwood gets it back down low in the corner. Battling forward here still. Will throw it up in front. It's in the crease. It's loose. They score! Kiefer Sherwood. He's been unbelievable. And the Canucks cut the lead in half. It's 2-1. Some pressure in front there. That nice deke around Broberg. The Canucks just kept on going at Binnington. Getting shots on goal. Keeping it in the zone. And there you go. As a result, they get the goal that splits it in half here. And it's 2-1. That's Sherwood's, I believe, first goal of the season from A2 Ratty, who gets the assist. Remember when Ratty was really hyped up as a prospect? But a great play there by Vancouver and Sherwood, and they are on the board. It's 2-1. He had 19 goals last year for St. Louis. Wow. Or Vancouver. All right, it's 2-1 here now. We have ourselves a legitimate hockey game. Cleared now down low into the Vancouver end. Lankinen around to the right side. Pass in front, intercepted. Here's Walker trying to skate it, and he can't control that puck. and it's intercepted there quickly. Now Texier with it. Intercepted there by the Canucks. Garland trying to break it through the other way. Broberg gets it back, and Vancouver will take it into the zone. A lot of back and forth action here so far, but shots are definitely coming on. Here's Myers now. We'll clear that one down low to the St. Louis end. Banked around then to the right side. Walker clears it all the way down and into the Vancouver zone. Hughes behind the net. Tries sending a pass up in front. Intercepted there by the Canucks. Here they come the other way. Garland waits. Skates it down low in the corner. He gets tied up there a little bit trying to play that puck in front. And the Blues will deny them from getting really any opportunity there. Now battling for it down low in the corner. DeBrusk clears it around to the right side to the point. Hronek back down low to DeBrusk. In front! Saved by Binnington and nearly tied the game there. Connor Garland, a huge opportunity. And nearly tied that one up already. Puck slides in on Lankin and Quinn Hughes gets that puck. He battles with Snuggerud. Hughes gives it over then for Pettersson. Elias Pettersson breaks it into the zone now. Down low into the corner. Fowler battling for it with him. And they'll bank it off the boards. Thomas on the right side. Back then for Tucker, who will clear it up down the center ice. It's a 2-on-1 for St. Louis. Here's Snuggerud with Joseph, and he's tied up there. What a defensive play by DeBrusk. And the Blues can't get anything done. A shot from the point. Parayko is saved by Lankinen. It's kept in, though. Here's Neighbors. Drops it back. Another shot. And that one's wide as well. A lot of action here. Here's Parayko on the right side to Thomas. Thomas tries throwing it in front. That one can't stay. Parayko another shot. And that one is blocked as well. As they try and clear, but not good enough. Thomas. Pass over to Neighbors. Neighbors with some room. Delayed penalty here for Vancouver. Puck in front, and they touch the puck. And we will get a whistle here now. And it is going to be a penalty against Vancouver. And St. Louis will get the first power play of the game tonight. What a freaking sequence there. And we'll go to commercial break. It is 2-1. Assist on that Sherwood goal were Ratty and Baines. So really good opportunities there for both sides. I really like how both teams have played here so far tonight. They've both been very impressive. You can't complain whatsoever. So there you go. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Once again, I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate all the support. And we're going to keep on commentating here. This has been a fun season already. We've already broken some records, which is pretty cool, might I say. If you are new, be sure to subscribe down below. It'd be much appreciated, obviously. I appreciate everybody who subs to me. St. Louis heading to the power play. Elias Pettersson will go to the box for, I think, an interference call. That's what I love to guess. Hooking, actually. My apologies. So it's a hooking penalty against Pavel Buchnevich. And St. Louis led to the power play. Face-off one here by the Blues. Here's Shen now. Down low. Back over for Snuggerud. To the point then over. And they can't keep it in the zone. It'll go all the way down the other way with 12 minutes to go in the second period. Robert Thomas drops it back for Fowler. Fowler to Buchnevich. Banks it around down low behind the net. They'll battle for it here. Myers trying to clear it around. Buchnevich in front. Save. Rebound. They score! It's Jimmy Snuggerud again. His second of the night. A power play goal, and the Blues regain their 2-goal lead. It's 3-1. So Jimmy Snuggerud with 2 tonight. And that one's a power play goal that banks off in front of the Canucks crease, and that's exactly where it needs to be for these kind of goals. Again, kind of the similar spot to where he was last time. Just being in front of the net, being where you know you can be. And a good play there. He shoots that one top corner. Kevin Lankinen had no chance on that one. And shots are 18-12. It is now 3-1 St. Louis. Assist on that goal are from Pavel Buchnevich and Braden Shen. And Jimmy Snuggerud gets the goal there. Very nice. Very nice play. And the young kid once again gets another one. Face-off coming here now at center ice. It's won back then by the Blues. Broberg on the right side banks it off the boards. It goes down low and into the Canucks end. They'll battle for it here in the corner. Kicked around to the right side. Buchnevich backhands it down low. Trying to get it there is Parayko, who will send it up to the point. And tries to throw it around behind the net. Neighbors to the right side, looking for the puck. Trying to throw it up through the neutral zone. Stolen back then by Vancouver. Tries to take it the other way. Blues will keep it in. Buchnevich moves in, shoots it. And that one is blocked in front. Puck will come out of the zone. Now Cam Fowler will have to wait for it. Around the right side, Buchnevich gets it back. Drops it over then for Thomas. Robert Thomas to the point. Fowler shoots it just wide. Battling here in the corner. Pettersson battling with Buchnevich. Down low. Stolen back then by the Canucks. They'll backhand it up and out of the zone. Shots are 21-12 in favor of St. Louis. They have dominated control here through this second period. We're just about halfway through. Jimmy Snuggerud with 2 goals tonight. And it's 2-1. Here he is out there now on the ice, skating it down. It's intercepted back. Now Evander Kane moves it into the zone. Garland drops it back to the point. A shot saved there by Bennington. Kicked around under the right side. Victor Mancini will hold that puck. Clears it off the boards. Hedel then intercepted by Fowler. Fowler a pass up then for Joseph. Matthew Joseph down the right side. Circles back around. Will look for options. Shoots it. Save there. Snuggerud rebound. And that one is denied there as well. Jimmy Snuggerud with 2 points in it already. 2 goals. I'll be saying that a million times. Here he has it now down low in the corner. Intercepted there by the Canucks. Garland will pick it up and try and clear. It's kept in though by the Blues. And the Canucks will get that one right back and clear it back into the St. Louis end. It's been a lot of Blues here so far through this second period. Shots are 22-13. Here they come the other way. Holloway tries to drop it back to Kyrou. He can't do so. They're tied up now in the corner. Kyrou to the right side to Shen. He can't get that one either. It'll slide all the way back down and into the St. Louis end. No icing though. Broberg clears it off the boards on the right side. Banked off then successfully by St. Louis. Quinn Hughes now regroups with that puck. Will look for options. Sends a pass to the neutral zone. Sherwood backhands that one in the air and down low into the St. Louis end. Up at the point. Hronek a shot. Blocked. And stolen back then quickly by St. Louis. Down low in the corner now battling for it. Ratty along the right side with Shen. Behind the net. Picked up then by Vancouver. Hughes down low in the corner. Battling with, I believe that is Falk. Sorry, I just had a brain fart there. And here comes Holloway now the other way. Dylan Holloway moves it into the zone. Pass in front. And we got a penalty here against Vancouver. They'll blow the whistle. It's a tripping call on Shen. Philip Hronek does not like that. But St. Louis will head back to the power play here. It's 3-1. And Kyrou took a stick to the face is what the Blues broadcast just said. So I'm going to take their word for it. And it looks like it'll be a high stick. And St. Louis will get their second power play of the night. St. Louis 1-for-1. Jimmy Snuggerud with 2 goals. And we'll go to commercial break with 8:42 left to go. It's 3-1. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If you are new here to the channel and you love what you see, I would love it if you would subscribe down below. It'd be greatly appreciated. Trying to get to 3,700 subscribers. That'd be awesome. We just hit 3,600 last week. So it would be actually insane if we could get there at some point. So Jimmy Snuggerud with 2 goals tonight. There have been no players in Watch with Nordic history that have scored a hat trick for the St. Louis Blues. More or less, much less scoring a hat trick in your rookie season. So we'll see if Snuggerud can get that done tonight. Still a period and a half left to go. So St. Louis heading to the power play in just a moment. Assist on that Snuggerud goal again were from Buchnevich and Schenn, in case if anybody missed that. But Snuggerud looked awesome here. Face-off coming here now inside of the Vancouver zone. It's a power play for St. Louis. It's intercepted quickly. Here come the Canucks the other way. Here's Garland. 3-on-2, shorthanded. Garland moves in, shoots it. Saved by Binnington. The rebound is kicked away. And now the Blues will rush the other way. Thomas into the zone now with Schenn. Thomas to Schenn in front. And that one deflects back down low. Intercepted then by the Canucks. They'll clear it all the way down the other way with 1:30 left to go on the power play already. Shots are 22-14. Robert Thomas will get it back. Drops it over then for Fowler. Fowler to Thomas. Over then through the zone. Snuggerud banks it around then behind the net. Thomas clears it around. Up to the point again. Fowler. Down low. Snuggerud sends a pass over to Schenn. Schenn waits. Buchnevich to the point. They can't keep it in. It's a rush the other way. Here's Sherwood. 1-0. He's in! He scores! Kiefer Sherwood, shorthanded goal, and it's 3-2. His second of the night as well. So Jimmy Snuggerud and Kiefer Sherwood both have 2 goals tonight for their respective teams. And that guy is absolutely phenomenal. A shorthanded goal there, a 1-0 breakaway forced off of a Cam Fowler turnover. He comes in there. He goes forehand, backhand, forehand on Jordan Binnington. He points to the crowd, his second of the night. And St. Louis, it only leads by 1 now. They can't keep it in. It's a rush the other way. Here's Sherwood again. And that's Sherwood's second of the night. We got 2 players on hat trick watch here for both sides. And that's a shorthanded goal there for Vancouver. 1:02 left to go here in the St. Louis power play. Falk will move the puck to the neutral zone. Drops it back then for Suter. Suter tries sending it past the Neighbors. That one's intercepted then down low. On the right side. Falk then back for Binnington. Kyrou goes through Holloway's legs. Is intercepted then by the Canucks. Here comes Garland. Garland with a chance. Pass in front. Deflected in the air. And it goes out of play. 30 seconds left to go on the Blues power play. This one's been a lot more different than the previous one, I must say. That's a definite. Here's Kyrou now moving it into the zone. Pass in front, Holloway. Doesn't take the shot. Dylan Holloway with 15 seconds left. Blues with some room. Pass in front. Suter to Holloway. Battling for it here. It's poke checked away. Here they come the other way. It's Sherwood. Shorthanded. The penalty will be killed off. He'll drop it back. A shot! Saved there by Binnington on Drew O'Connor as Sherwood gets in there and throws some pushes and shoves there as well. Good kill there by Vancouver. If you knew that if they got that one, that would have not been great. That's Sherwood's 3rd goal of the year, unassisted on that shorthanded marker. Okay. Face-off coming here now inside of the St. Louis zone. Shots are 22-15. Vancouver's picked up the shots. Face-off won then by Vancouver. Hughes fires it, and that one goes wide and back down low into the corner. Hronek then back behind the net then as Besser handles that one up to the point. On the right side, stolen back then Hughes. Moves that around then down low. Shoots it. Saved there by Bennington in front and kicked back then by the Blues. Here they come the other way. It's a 2-on-1. It's Texier moving into the zone. He's got some room. Pass in front. They score! Nathan Walker! The Blues' fourth line answers back, and it's 4-2. What a game this has been. Goals back and forth. And the St. Louis fourth line answers back. Nathan Walker with a pass over from Alex Texier. And it's 4-2 just like that. This has been absolutely phenomenal. This has been a great game. Just goals back and forth. If you like goals, this is one for you. Assist on that goal, Alex Texier and Nick Bukestad. So the fourth line essentially is getting stuff done. 6:10 left to go here now in the second period. Shots are now 23-17. Here's Thomas now. Passes in front now to Buchnevich. That one's intercepted. A lot of odd man rushes for both sides, for sure. Cleared around then down low. Picked up quickly then by Vancouver. They will bank that one off the boards and down the other way. And that'll be a icing? So less than 6 minutes left to go. That is Nathan Walker's first of the year. And St. Louis answers essentially right back to that Kiefer Sherwood goal. Face off here now down low in the Vancouver end. It's won back by the Canucks. Cleared around them back into the Blues end. Less than 6 minutes to go in the second period. This has been all around a great game. A really, really fun and entertaining game. A shot from Buchnevich saved there by Lankinen. He'll throw that one around then behind the net. It's picked up quickly then by the Canucks. Hronek to the right side. Here's Braden Coots. Sends a pass over in front. Deflected as it goes back into the corner. And taken back then quickly and thrown up to the point. It's intercepted. Here comes St. Louis the other way. It's Snuggerud. Jimmy Snuggerud moves it into the zone. Loses the puck. And now Vancouver will take it back the other way. It's Coots. Braden Coots moves it down low into the corner. Battling for it now on the right side. Mayu trying to get that one as well. Will bank it off the boards. And down low with it on the right side is Joseph trying to get to that one as well. And taken back then quickly by Broberg. Philip Broberg moves the puck now the other way. Sends a pass over. Blues will wait. It's banked off the boards. Kept back then and down behind the net. Trying to battle for it there is Falk. Stolen back then by A2 Ratty. With less than 5 minutes to go. Shots are 24-17. Both sides have competed here very well. Kyrou now battling for it with Baines. On the right side. Picked up then at the point. Pettersson will dump it into the zone. Broberg to the right side. Over then, it's cleared down the other by Mayu. He tried to send Holloway the other way, but could not get enough on that. Banked around then down low. Sherwood racing for that puck with Falk. Falk battling for it here as well. Cleared around then to the right side. Puck slides out in front. Kyrou back then for Falk. Justin Falk holds it. We'll look for options now. Banked off the boards then Holloway. Clear down low then. Kyrou tries to get to it there, but it's intercepted quickly by Vancouver. Baines sends a pass up. Here they come the other way. DeBrus drops it back. A shot! Saved there by Bennington. And he will cover that one up. It's been back and forth here. Goals from Sherwood, Snuggerud, and Nathan Walker. It's 4-2 Blues with 3:45 left to go. Overall, just a really well-played hockey game. I gotta say, it's just been a well-played, entertaining hockey game. There's been goals back and forth. If you're a fan of goals, then you like this game, that's for sure. Oh. Thank you all very much for tuning in. It is greatly appreciated. Let's go look around the league here real quick. Flyers and Panthers is 2-1. Sean Couturier scores the second goal for Philadelphia to give them the 2-1 lead. It's 3-0 Minnesota in Wild Kings. Spurgeon, Kaprizov, and Boldy with the goals there for them. It is, again, 2-1 Devils. And then Blackhawks and Mammoth just started up at 0-0 in that game as well. But regardless of that, I can't believe we're almost already in the freaking third period of this one. This one's been fast. It's been fun. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you all very much for tuning in. That Sherwood clip's going to do pretty good. All right. Showing off Nathan Walker, who had the goal to make it a 4-2 hockey game here in Vancouver. Face-off now on the right side. Picked up then by the Blues. Neighbors. Over then for Fowler. Cleared around back then down low. Battling for it now on the right side. Kicked up to the point. Thomas. Around them behind the net. Battling for it is Neighbors. In the corner. Banked around to Thomas on the right side. Gets it up to the point, or at least tries to. And stolen back then down low by the Canucks. Again, two players looking for their third goals of the night. It's been one hell of a hockey game so far. Pass in front for Neighbors, and that one goes just right. Buchnevich a chance, and that one is also stopped by Lankinen. He'll make the save and cover that one up, and we get some pushing and shoving to follow that up. Three minutes left here in the middle frame. Forgot the game was on. Looks like my team is not doing well. Oh, yeah, no, not doing great. I mean, I like how Sherwood is looking. Sherwood's done good. It's been a back-and-forth game, back-and-forth action, but St. Louis kind of has taken the nod here a little bit with some of the offensive zone pressure, but Vancouver hasn't played, like, terrible. Face-off here now won by the Blues. Puck at the point. Broberg shoots it. It goes down low into the corner. Now with the puck, Bukestad throws it in front. Save there. Rebound is loose. And Texier can't get the shot on. Kicked around then down low. It's intercepted. Myers clears it around then to the right side. Bukestad battling for it. Down low into the corner. Puck will be played back then to the right side. And stolen back then quickly by Vancouver. Garland moves it in. Down low into the corner. Throws it up to the point. To the right side. Canucks move it in. Shoot it. They go wide. And that one will slide all the way down into the Vancouver zone. Lankinen gives that one up for Garland. He'll move that one through the neutral zone. Feeds a pass up to Mancini. It's intercepted there quickly by Fowler. Fowler drives that one up then for Joseph. Joseph banks that one down low. Back in the corner then for Elias Nils-Pettersson, who will bank that one down low when we get a whistle here from a Lankinen save. I guess he's in for Derek Forbert. 2:02 left here in the middle frame. Shots are 27-18. The Blues have been playing some great hockey here. There's no denying that. They've been playing some pretty good hockey tonight. Snuggerud tonight, 5 shots, 2 goals. He's been very active here against Vancouver in this one. 2 minutes to go in the middle frame. Shots are 27-18. It's won back then by the Blues. Down low, Vancouver gets it right back. Here's Mancini moving it down the other way. A pass up. Sends it, tries sending it over Parayko's stick. And that one's intercepted. A shot. Glove save by Binnington on a chance there for Kiefer Sherwood to get his hat trick. .149 to go here in the second period. And a big chance there by Sherwood is gloved by Binnington. If that would have went in, Some hats would rain onto the ice tonight. Less than 2 minutes to go in the second. 27-19 are the shots on goal. Face-off is won back by Vancouver from the point. Blocked. The rebound is kicked away. Here's Broberg now, moving it down the other way. Philip Broberg will bank that one down low. Broberg and Holloway have been very good acquisitions for St. Louis since they were acquired in those offer sheets in the 2024 offseason. Cleared around then the other way. Holloway tries playing it through the neutral zone. Now back for Sherwood. Kiefer Sherwood sends a pass all the way up. And back then for Baines. And banked off the boards there quickly by Ratty. Falk clears it around. St. Louis gets it back. Thrown to the center by Kyrou. It's intercepted. They'll rush it the other way. Now Shen picks it up. He'll backhand that one off the boards. And here they come back the other way. Intercepted quickly by the Canucks. Regrouping now with it is Quinn Hughes. Hughes tries sending a pass forward. Shen gets it. He'll dump it back into the Vancouver zone. And I believe that went out of play. Last minute of play here now in the second period. Thank you all for tuning in. And I think the Blues shot it into their own bench. So that's fun. Face-off will come here now at center ice. It's won back then by St. Louis. Parayko will dump it down low into the zone. 50 seconds to go. Kept him to the point. Fowler a shot. Save by Kevin Lankinen. 48.2 seconds left. Face off here now down low in the corner. It's won back then by Vancouver. Down low. Battling forward here is Fowler. Trying to break it free. Hedel battling forward as well. 30 seconds left to go. Neighbors trying to break that free. He will do so. And back up then for Thomas to the point to Fowler. Fowler will send it back for Thomas on the right side. Shoots that one back down low. Parayko picks it up. They'll fight for it here in the corner now. 10 seconds left. Back then for Buchnevich. Cleared around them behind the net. Battling for it there is Hughes. Down low. 3 seconds left. 2 and 1. And that'll pretty much do it here for the second period. It was goals galore in that second period. Let's read off all these goals here. It was 1-0 St. Louis heading into the intermission. You saw 5 goals in that period. Shen, Sherwood, Snuggerud, Sherwood again, and then Nathan Walker with a goal there as well. It is 4-2 Blues as we head into the third period. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back for the start of the third period momentarily. Let's do our look around the league here really quick. Let's go take a look at the teams. So Flyers are leading the Panthers 2-1. Devils are leading the Blue Jackets still 2-1. It's 3-0 Wild against the Kings. So there you go. Those are the current scores around the league. And then Mammoth and Blackhawks is 0-0 as well. Still here through a couple periods of play. Let me make the clip of the Kiefer Sherwood goal. Whew. Uh,
Rush the other way. Here's Sherwood. 1-0. He's in. He scored. Scored. He scores. Keeper Sherwood, shorthanded goal, and it's 3-2. His second of the night as well. So Jimmy Snuggerud and Kiefer Sherwood both have 2 goals tonight for their respective teams.
that was a pretty nice goal by Sherwood. I'm just watching that right now. That is pretty nifty, I must say. Pretty nifty goal, might I add. As we head into the third period here.
Who's the best Breaking Bad character according to a nationwide poll on record?
To the point, they can't keep it in. It's a rush the other way. Here's Sherwood. 1-0. He's in. He scores. Keeper Sherwood, shorthanded goal, and it's 3-2. His second of the night as well. So Jimmy.
I'm a woman of faith, and the
Hey, what's up, Dave? Thank you for the $5 donation. I really appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much. How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream, brother. Shout out to Dave. This guy's the GOAT. Every single time he's coming in here, he's either donating or always having a great discussion. So, we love Dave. It's good to see you, man. All right. Okay, we're still in the second intermission here. I got to go and update the score sheet history log. So I got to add the Snuggerud goal. Heck yeah, man! Appreciate that. I'm still doing good. Still at work. Yeah, I figured you would be. I figured you were at work, since it is a Monday in Seattle in the middle of the. It is technically the middle of the day for you. 3 hours back to like 6 o'clock. So I guess that makes sense. just pressed something. I was like, what did I just do? Okay. So Braden Shen tonight with a goal and an assist. He's got 2 points. Snuggerud with 2 goals. He's got 2 points. Sherwood with 2 goals. He's got 2 points. It's been one of those games for St. Louis. Sherwood with 2 goals as well. Big shout out to Sherwood. You guys know that we're big Kiefer Sherwood fans here and watch with Nordic Streams. So, that being said then, there is no Vancouver Canuck that has ever scored a hat trick in Watch with Nordic history either. So, that's fun there, obviously. There has only been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the history of these streams, and they've all happened last season. None of them happened this year. They were Patrick Laine, Kyle Connor, Ryan McLeod, Valerie Nichushkin, Mikko Rantanen, Mikhail Granlund, and then Sam Reinhart had one as well. So there you go. All right, I got to update these St. Louis. Nathan Walker had 3 goals in the playoffs last year. He was insane. Oh, Florida just tied it. No. I'm going to cry. Whatever. Whatever. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Here in tonight's stream. We'll get ready for the 3rd period in just a little bit. Nick Bukestad registers his first point as a St. Louis Blue, I believe. So there's that cool stat there as well. All right, back to the intermission report. We should be getting ready to get started here with the 3rd period in about probably less than 10 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes or so. All right, still in second intermission, folks. Still going through the emotions. Through the ranks, or whatever it's called. I don't know. We'll have to see if they come back. I think I picked St. Louis in the pick 'em. All right. Should be getting ready for the start of the third period here in just a moment. Watching the Flyers take on the Panthers. It's tied 2-2 in that game with 9 minutes to go in the third. Let's do a little updates here around the league real quick. It is 2-1 Devils still with 9:17 to go in the third. Still 3-0 Minnesota against LA. And then 0-0 in Mammoth and Chicago as well. So there you go. All right, I think we might be ready here to start the third period. Is this my third period cue? Yes? No? Or do we got another commercial break? Nah, we got another commercial break. Ugh! Come on, this game was fire in the second. I want to get to it in the third. I need to shave, too. I'm starting to get a little bit of a beard. I need to get rid of that. Not a big beard guy. I can never grow one. Not my thing. Not particularly a fan of it, just to be honest with you. Okay, third period is next after this commercial break now. We're just going to keep on, you know. Oh, all right. All right, let's get ready here to start the second period. Second period recap, goals from Braden Shen, 2 from Kiefer Sherwood, 1 from Jimmy Snuggerud, and 1 from Nathan Walker as well. We got 2 hat-trick watches heading into the third period between Snuggerud and Sherwood. It's making up to be a pretty solid third period here tonight. But it's been a fast one. This one's been fast. Fast-paced. It feels like we're going like right into it, right through it. It's been kind of pretty fast. So we'll see if that can keep itself at that pace. Looks like another night of year crap to add another 55 years. Yeah, well, eventually you guys will come through and win one. It'll take it. It's never always easy, but just add it to another year. 6:22 left in the Flyers-Panthers. All right, let's get ready here for the start of the third. I will change it to the third icon because I know we're going to get started here in just a moment. Let's see if Vancouver can come back. You never know. You never know. All right. Start of the third period here in Blues versus Canucks. 4-2 St. Louis. The Blues are looking to pick up their second win of the season. Both these teams are 1-1. By the way, I never mentioned that at the beginning of the game. And they're showing off Jimmy Snuggerud now, who has been unbelievable in this game. Has 2 goals tonight. First 2 career goal game. Dave Snuggerud, his father, scored his first career 2-goal game in 1990. Both of them were at Vancouver. That's kind of wild. So history repeats itself here. Almost, what is that, 35 years later? Okay, face-off coming here now. Looking at the numbers through 2 periods. Shots are 28-19. And let's get ready for the third period. We are officially underway. The final period of St. Louis and Vancouver. Puck is dropped. Face-off won back then by St. Louis. Clear around over to the right side. Back down low into the corner. Blues have it now on the right side. It's dumped down and into the St. Louis end. As there's a Canuck in the St. Louis zone now. Joseph with it will clear it around down low at the point. Try to backhand it out. Racing for it there down low is Baines. As Vancouver's fourth line tries to connect here. They've done a very good job here so far with Sherwood. Puck is backhanded all the way down low. Parayko picks it up then for St. Louis. Back around them behind the net. Parayko looks for options. Gives it back up then for Thomas. Thomas over into the zone now. Dumped in by Neighbors into the corner. Hronek will look for options. Cleared out then by Fowler. Fowler to Parayko again. Banked off the boards. Colton Parayko battling now with Elias Pettersson. It's dropped back then. Dumped in down low by Thomas. On the right side, Parayko will move it into the zone. Clears it all the way down low into the corner. St. Louis pressured really well there in that middle frame. We'll see if they're able to replicate that here now in this one. Vancouver with it in the St. Louis end. Besser throws it around them behind the net. Tucker battling for it there alongside DeBrusque. The puck is loose. It's picked up then successfully by the Canucks and quickly turned over there by St. Louis. Holloway back up then through the zone. Walker clears it down low into the Vancouver end. Now Hughes over to Hronek. Pass is slid out in front. Now DeBrusque will rush it the other way. Trying to get to that puck down low is Falk. Down low into the corner. Shen with 18 minutes left to go here in the third period. Falk now behind the net. Intercepted. Here they come into the zone. Drop back. Stolen again by St. Louis. Kind of back and forth action here to start this third period. Is that Trevor Zegras' first goal? Oh, Couturier. Zegras' assist. Sorry, I'm distracted. Texier throws it down low. Pass in front then for Walker, who brings it into the corner. Now battling for it is Pettersson as well. That being Marcus Pettersson. They still battle for it here in the Vancouver end. Puck will slide out and go all the way down the other way. Now taking it back is Broberg. Broberg with it alongside Lecker Mackey. He'll move it down through center ice. He's got some room now. Will look for options. Skates it back. Tries sending a pass up to Joseph, and it's intercepted there quickly by Vancouver. They dump it down low into the zone. Broberg banks it around then for Snuggerud. He banks it off the boards. It'll go down and into the other way. Joseph fights for it here. Stolen back and cleared all the way out to center ice. Here's Ratty through the boards down low. Mayu will fight for it here in the corner alongside Joseph. Back then for Snuggerud. At the point, a shot. Save there. If it even got on net, it was blocked. Now stolen back then by Snuggerud, who tries to break it down the other way. It's cleared into the Vancouver end. Tyler Myers gives it back then for Elias Nils-Pettersson. Dumped it in down low. Bennington plays it around then to the right side. Pettersson to Granlund. In front! And they can't make that one. Another shot goes up in the air and down low behind the net. Now Pettersson trying to get it. He'll clear around to the right side. Kept in at the point. Throws it down low now behind the net. Pettersson in front! And saved there by Bennington on Kane. Rebound is loose. And Bennington gets the puck and covers that one up. Good opportunities there by the Canucks. They're looking to get back into this one. And a good opportunity there. Pettersson got that shot. It went off of Bennington's mask. Wow. So I thought it might have like deflected off of his stick and into the air, but no, it went off of Bennington's mask, up in the air and back behind the net. I can feel my voice starting to get to me. Face-off now is won back then by St. Louis. Over to Kyrou. Pans that one back down low. Racing for it then is Hronek, who will clear that one around the right side. It slides all the way out and back into the St. Louis end. Now Justin Falk will play that one through center ice, trying to get it back down the other way. Hronek feeds that one around. Stolen back then quickly. Intercepted. It goes all the way out of the zone, and Falk will get that one back for St. Louis. 15 minutes to go here now in the third period. Shots are 28-20 as they move it down the other way. Banked around them behind the net. Kept in, though, by St. Louis. Texier now in the corner. He'll move that one. Tries throwing it in front. It's intercepted there quickly. And back up then through the zone is O'Connor, who will dump that one down low. Falk to Texier. Backhands that one into the Vancouver zone. Lankinen dumps it back down low. Pettersson gets it out of the zone for Vancouver. It's dumped right back in by St. Louis. Walker racing for it now. He's battling alongside Coots. It's kept in the zone by St. Louis. Down low. In front. And Joseph nearly got a good opportunity there, but it was denied. At the point now, Parayko a shot. And that one is saved by Lankinen. Mancini then back for Pettersson. Kicked around the right side. Trying to keep it in there is the Blues. Snuggerud dekes around. Knocks down. It's a delayed penalty for Vancouver. It's kicked around then. They'll pick it up. And that'll be a power play for St. Louis. Jimmy Snuggerud was tripped. He draws a penalty. And it's going to be Drew O'Connor heading to the box. And it's going to be a power play for St. Louis once again. So there you go. So good penalty drawn there by Snuggerud. Obviously, you're not falling on purpose, but hey, if you can fall and draw a penalty, you can take that for sure. Third period now. Face-off is won back by the Canucks. The Blues will keep it in. Snuggerud to the point. Fowler trying to keep that one down low. Shen waits. Shoots it. Save. Rebound in front. It's kicked back behind the net. Thomas now trying to battle for it there as well. Hronek kicks it around to Snuggerud. Jimmy Snuggerud holds the puck. Feeds it up to the point. Fowler to Snuggerud. Blues have control. Thomas looks. Circles around Myers. Takes it behind the St. Louis net. Gives it back to Snuggerud now on the right side. He's got some room. Down low. Thomas waits. In front. Fowler! Saved by Lankin if that even got on net. Snuggerud now on the right side. Jimmy Snuggerud down low to Thomas. Thomas waits. Tries feeding that one up to the point. It's intercepted. Cleared by the Canucks. Down the other way, and it'll go behind the net for Bennington, who will give that one up for Falk. Blues will get their second unit out there, I'm pretty sure. Justin Falk to Kyrou. Jordan Kyrou drops it back. He can't keep that one in the zone. Blues will be forced out. Falk gives it back then for Holloway. Dylan Holloway now to Falk, who will hold it back behind the net then for St. Louis. Kicked around then over for Kyrou, who will clear it into the zone. On the right side, Canucks and Blues battle for it. It's kept in. Neighbors Looks for options to the point now to Falk. Falk to Neighbors. Waits, shoots it. It goes up in the air and above the net. Falk now clears it down low. Neighbors waits behind the net. Over then for Justin Falk, who looks for options. Will send that one down low, or at least try to. Now Neighbors with it now behind the net. For Sutter. Pia Sutter feeds it up to the point. Falk to Holloway. Down low then Suter. Waits. Over then for Holloway. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Puck in front, saved there by Lankinen. Kyrie gets it back, and the Canucks will kill it off. It wasn't easy, but they got it done. Holloway a shot. He breaks his stick. He'll be forced to get off the ice. And now the Canucks rush it down the other way. Here they come. O'Connor. He's tripped. That's a penalty against St. Louis. O'Connor at the point. Feeds it over then. A backhand by Besser. Goes just wide. Empty net now for Vancouver. Delayed penalty, and the Blues will touch the puck. And it's going to be a power play for Vancouver. A chance to cut the lead in half and make it a 4-3 game if they can get it done. And that's going to be on. That's going to be on Dylan Holloway for holding, as he knocked over O'Connor, who just came out of the box from his previous penalty, and he tried to rush that one down the other way. Again, Holloway had no stick, so he was kind of holding down onto him there, and it was kind of an easy call there for the referee. But thank you all so much for tuning in. If you're new here and you enjoy the content, I would love if you would subscribe down below. It'd be greatly appreciated. We are heading into a Vancouver power play with 12:01 left to go here in the third period. So it looks like Philadelphia just made it 5-2 in their game against the Panthers. It looks like it was Christian, who scored that goal? Christian Dvorak, I think, with the empty netter. His first goal as a Philadelphia Flyer. Oh, no, it was Travis Sanheim. I apologize. And the Flyers will get a win tonight here. Their first of the season, 5-2 over Florida. So that's nice. Maybe Dvorak touched that puck. I'm not sure. Okay, maybe it was Dvorak's goal. Never mind. I have no idea. I wasn't paying attention. It's not my game, so I don't care. But regardless, thank you all so much for tuning in. We are looking at a Vancouver power play here now. It's 4-2 in the third period. St. Louis looking to tie it up. Looking at Jordan Binnington tonight versus Vancouver, has faced 21 shots, or 23 shots, is 21 saves, making up for a .913 save percentage. All right, Vancouver power play now. Face-off is won by the Canucks. Here's Hughes on the right side. Feeds it back then down low. Pettersson. Elias, that is. Back to Hughes. At the point, Hedl. To the right side now, Besser. Feeds it up to Hedl. Then he'll look for options. Drops it back. Intercepted. Now Thomas rushes the other way. He doesn't have that much room shorthanded. He'll let Pettersson get to the puck first. But a good clear away there by Robert Thomas. He nearly had a 1-on-0, but couldn't make anything of it. Quinn Hughes moves it into the zone now. Besser backhands it down low, intercepted, and cleared out there by St. Louis. But not all the way. Hedl, from a pass from Pettersson, breaks it into the zone. Looks for options, throws it now down low. Besser will hold that puck for Vancouver. DeBrusk in front, and that one is denied there by Binnington. Hedl on the right side now, down low. Pettersson battling for it with Broberg. On the right side. Broberg will clear that one all the way down the other way and down into the Vancouver end. 10:50 left to go here in the third. 50 seconds left on the Vancouver power play. They're looking for a goal here to make it a 3-2 hockey game. Pass is intercepted there by St. Louis. They dump it down the other way. Quinn Hughes picks it up then for Vancouver. 35 seconds left. Garland moves it in. A pass over then for Lecker-Mackey on this second unit. Garland up to the point then. Hronek to the right side to Coots. Coots, Hronek in front. Garland shoots it. Save there. And the rebound is kicked back. Now Kane Waits, tries to move it in front, intercepted, and St. Louis clears again with 15 seconds to go now. Time winding down. Shots are 33-23. Sorry, I forgot to update them. Let's go, Canucks. Love to hear that. Here's Garland into the zone. Shoots it. Saved by Bennington. Rebound in front. Is kicked away. And back now down low. We're back to even strength. Good kill there by the Blues. And we'll get an icing here against St. Louis after they cleared that puck. So the Flyers defeat the Florida Panthers. The Devils defeat the Blue Jackets. The Wild are still at 3-0 on the Kings. Blackhawks and Mammoth is 0-0. So there you go. I am going to turn on Dodgers and Brewers. Face-off now kicked down the other way. Racing forward is Holloway battling alongside Marcus Pettersson now. Down low. Behind the net, Myers picks it up. We're halfway through the third period here. The score is still 4-2 Vancouver. On the right side, dumped in there by Elias. Shen. Kicking around down low, banks it off the boards. Myers battling forward. That's an offsides against St. Louis, I believe is what they're calling there. And I think we'll go to commercial break here. Regardless, 9:22 left to go. No goals so far in this third period. It's 4-2 Blues. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Just editing something real quick here, guys. All right. Most road wins in Canada since 2011-2012. The Blues lead that title with 71. Wow. That's a cool stat. Oh, did I say 4-2 Canucks? I'm sorry. I always make that error. It's 4-2 St. Louis. I wish it was maybe you wish it was 4-2 Canucks. Never know. Puck is dumped down low here into the Vancouver end. Pettersson now will bank that one off the boards. The Elias one, that is. That's a forward. Now down low in the corner. They'll clear it all the way down the other way. Canucks are still looking for 2 goals to tie. Behind the net, thrown up to the point. A shot there is blocked. It goes up in the air and out of play. I cannot have the game on screen due to copyright. You may see it from other accounts, but that's because they don't have their account monetized, and as well as that too, they're also they're doing it illegally. Yeah, it's copyright crap. Unfortunately, I would love to, but it's copyright. That's the problem. I like to commentate anyways, so. Snuggerud now will bank it off the boards. It goes down the other way, down the right side, trying to throw it in front. And that one is quickly intercepted. Garland into the corner, banks it out down the center ice. Evander Kane now trying to get to it. Battling now with Hronek on the right side. Kane down low. Feeds it in front. And that one is fanned on wide. Here's Quinn Hughes. Skates it around now. Shoots it on net. Off the post. That one almost went through. Hughes. Up to the point. Hronek. Waits. Kane a shot. And that one goes all the way wide and out of the zone. I broke my pen. And the cap of it just like launched somewhere. I have no idea where it went. I think I see it. Battling for it down low in the corner now. Here comes Vancouver the other way. Garland rushes it into the zone down low. Coots will battle for it here now. Garland also fights for it too. On the right side, 7:50 left to go. St. Louis picks it up. Thomas down the other way. A shot. That one goes wide of the net and back down low behind. And back up in front then for the Blues. Waiting with it is Neighbors. Neighbors clears it down low. Coots battling forward as well with Thomas. Down low in the Vancouver end. Lecker-Mackey gets the puck. Will try banking it up out of the boards. Now Pettersson gets it back then for Vancouver. Cleared back down behind the Canucks net. Myers gives it up then for Baines. Baines over to Myers, and a whistle there is blown for offsides. With 7:01 left to go in the third period. Shots are 33-25. The Canucks have done good in this period, but not been able to beat Jordan Binnington so far tonight. It is still 4-2. St. Louis. I have no idea where my cap went. I better be able to find that thing. Face-off now was won back then by St. Louis. They'll clear it off the boards. Down low then into the Vancouver zone. Myers trying to get to it there. On the right side. Picked up then quickly by Ratty. Back behind the net now, Falk. Plays it back then for Texier, who will shoot it up in the air and back into center ice. St. Louis trying to get to it here now on the right side. It'll go all the way back down and into the St. Louis end for an icing against Vancouver with 6.5 minutes to go in the third period. See if I can find my cap here. I found it. Here we go. Fixed it. Okay. Get some buddies, a few beers. I'm not old enough to drink, unfortunately. Hope Binnington's next shit is square. Huh. Face off here now won by Vancouver. Here comes Ratty now rushing it down the other way. It's picked up then by St. Louis. They'll deny them a rush there. Kyrou down the right side. Clears it into the Vancouver zone. Hronek drops it back to Hughes. Quinn Hughes behind the Canucks net. Will move it through center ice. Back over then for Hedl. Hedl into the zone. Shoots it. Save there by Jordan Binnington. Hughes to the right side. Hronek to DeBrusk. A shot! And a glove save once again. Less than 6 minutes to go here now in the third period. It is still 4-2 in favor of the Blues. St. Louis has not budged. Thank you all for tuning in. It is much appreciated. A few buddies and a Pepsi. Fair enough. Yeah, I can do that. Not old enough to drink, though. I'm 18. Sadly. As much as I'd love to. Well, I can. It's not like I can't do it illegally. Anyway. All right. Showing off their post game at Calgary because they're obviously on their California road trip. I believe they still will take on Edmonton next, so that's coming up soon. Bernie Federico's 1,000th game stick. That was the post game award. That's cool. Anyway, face-off coming here now in the in the Vancouver zone, I believe. Or sorry, St. Louis zone. Face-off won by Vancouver. Hughes on the right side. Trying to move it back down low. Trying to throwing a pass in front. That one goes off and out of the zone. Now Hronek will have to wait with it. Hughes. Canucks are still down by 2. They need 2 more here to tie, 3 to win. Dumped in down low. Behind the net now, Binnington going for it. Broberg on the right side trying to clear. It's kept in, though, by the Canucks. Battling forward here on the boards. Kick back down low. Trying to move it in front is DeBrusk. Saved there by Binnington. Rebound in front is kicked away. Up to the point. Hronek a shot. And that one goes up and out of play. .5:16 left to go here in the third. Shots are 33-28. Vancouver's nearly caught up with St. Louis for shots on goal in this one. They have outshot St. Louis 10-4 here in the third period. Let's hope they can hold on. Well, some may not. Blues fans, let's hope they can hold on. Face-off, one back then by Vancouver. A shot from the point is deflected down low into the corner. Garland gets hit down low there by Braden Shen and stolen back then by Thomas, who will take it the other way. A pass up then for Fowler, who will just simply clear it down low into the zone, run down the time. We are down to 5 minutes. Cleared around then down low. Mancini. Over then for Pettersson. Back to Mancini. Kicked up then as the Canucks will break it out of the zone. Here they come down the right side. It's cleared in down low by Kane, who will take it back behind the net. Over then is Neighbors. I do not see Parayko on the ice. No, I don't think so. Hronek now behind the net now for Vancouver. Over for Hughes. Intercepted. It's banked off the boards now and back into the Canucks end. Hronek will get that puck and skate it around then for Vancouver. Pass up then for Ratty. Intercepted there quickly by St. Louis and dumped down low. Racing for it then is Parayko. Taken back then behind the net for Walker. Walker battling for it down low. Throws it in front and that one deflects to the right side. Texier battling for it there with Ratty. He lets go of his stick. And taken back then by St. Louis, who will shoot it into the zone there. Glove saved by Lankinen. Picked up then by Hughes behind the net. Down into the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds here of the third period. Keep an eye out for Kevin Lankinen. I'm sure they're going to look to pull him. Here comes Vancouver now the other way. They will dump it down low into the zone. Around to the right side is Falk, battling forward with Pettersson now in the corner. Taken back then Besser. Thrown up to the point. On the right side, Vancouver's got it. A shot blocked in front. And it goes up in the air and still in play. Empty net now as Lecker-Mackey goes to the bench. Vancouver looking to pull their attendee here. Here's Hughes now on the right side. Quinn Hughes waits. Throws it down low. Shoots that one just wide. At the point. Mancini. Down low. Pettersson. To Hughes. A shot. It goes up in the air and back now behind the net. DeBrusk battling for it now with Sherwood. in the corner. Stolen back then by the Blues. They'll bank it off the boards and out of the zone. Canucks will get it back, though, and regroup. 2.5 minutes. Racing for it now is Sherwood again. Puck goes up in the air. Kicked up then by Hughes. He's got some room. Dekes in. Shoots it. Saved by Binnington. The rebound is gloved. With 2:27 left to go. Nose is itchy. You guys ever get itchy on the inside of your nose and then people will laugh at you for picking your nose? Happens to me all the time. All right. Face off. Coming now in the St. Louis end. Shots are 34-29. Hedel versus Thomas. And they'll throw him out of the circle. Now Evander Kane will come in. And this one is won by Vancouver. At the point now, Hronek to Hughes. Over then for Lecker-Mackey, up to the point. Hronek to Hughes, a shot. And that one is blocked, cleared down the other way there by St. Louis. He'll slide into the empty net. Jake Neighbors with the empty net goal. Seals the deal for St. Louis. It's 5-2. Yeah, fair enough. 2:13 left to go in the third period. A shot there from the defensive zone by Neighbors. Makes it 5-2 St. Louis, and that should seal everything up tonight here for St. Louis in this game. Well, not final, but looking like the final score here tonight might be 5-2 in favor of the Blues. So Jake Neighbors there with an empty net goal. That was assisted by nobody, it appears. And the Blues now lead by 3 as the Canucks arena begins to clear. Here's Elias Pettersson now. Moves it down the other way. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the third period. Throws it up to the point, a shot. And that one goes up in the air and out of play. So, good pressure there by the Canucks. You got to give them credit where it's due. They had good pressure here in the third period. They outshot they outshot St. Louis in this one. But it obviously didn't concur that way. They could not get goals. And if you don't get goals, you don't win. So we'll commentate the final minute 40 here in the third. Banked around then down low. Texier up then for Bukestad, who banks it off the boards now. And back then for Vancouver. Around the right side. Pettersson backhands that one all the way down low into the zone with some room. Besser intercepted and slid back then by St. Louis. Texier trying to clear it back down low. Gets flipped over there now. Bukestad battling forward in the corner. Behind the net, Walker. Nathan Walker with the puck. Throws that one around behind the net now for Texier once again. Looking for options here now. We'll throw it down low. Bukestad skates it around behind the net. Last minute of play now in the third period. So Jake Neighbors with the goal there, the empty netter, unassisted. And that's the dagger here for Vancouver tonight. Behind the net now, waiting for it is Coots. Feeds a pass up now as the Canucks will deke it in. Back over then for O'Connor to the right side. A shot. Puck goes up in the air and out of play with 33 seconds to go. Very good goaltending from St. Louis. Jordan Binnington had a phenomenal game. A .935 save percentage. Kevin Lankinen could have been better. A .882. Not ideal there. That will hurt his save percentage in the Watch of Nordic streaming history for goalies overall. 20 seconds to go now in the third period. Time will wind down. And St. Louis comes in to Vancouver tonight. They get a 5-2 win on the road. And they were phenomenal on the road last year in that campaign. continues here tonight. Final score, St. Louis 5 and Vancouver 2. Here at the end of the third period. 2 goals from Jimmy Snuggerud, from Braden Shen as well. Another from Nathan Walker, and then Jake Neighbors gets the empty net goal there to make it a 5-2 win for the St. Louis Blues, with Sherwood scoring the other 2 for Vancouver. That's his first career 2-goal game. And that being said, that'll do it for the Watch Nordic Trains. We'll be back on Wednesday night for more likely than not another St. Louis Blues game. We might do Blackhawks and Blues. We'll see. I might do Mammoth and Calgary. I'll think about it. We've done 2 of those teams before. I will decide. But regardless, thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next